Welcome back to Legally Friends, episode 5. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Emily and Amy. And we have a special guest star today. The one and only, the OG Rachel Parcell.
The Steve Jobs of influencers. We say her name with reverence. We only say her name with reverence. As the tech bros refer to Steve Jobs, that is Rachel Parcell.
I use a lot of reverence as I put her in third spot every single week. Yes.
She deserves you do. Zach, you're such a...
So, Rachel, we are going to be talking about her article today. A lot of people submitted some questions. We're going to talk about the Olympics, and at the end, we're going to get into submitted stories. We're going to be talking about the good old family picture story as well at the end. Let's get into it. Rachel, I've prepared a very nice intro on you.
Wow. I can't wait to hear this.
Rachel Parcell is a fashion entrepreneur and lifestyle influencer who started her blog, Pink Peonies, back in 2011. Damn.
2010.
Oh, my bad. By sharing her daily outfits, she turned that into a multi-million-dollar business and launched her own clothing line in 2016. Is that right?
Correct.
Which sold out in just 2 hours. She's been featured in Forbes and is one of the top fashion influencers in the industry.
Former top.
Why are you not current?
She's retired. I'm a retired queen, okay?
Rachel, welcome to the podcast. How does it feel to be on?
I am so honored to be here. You should be. I feel so professional with my professional mic and my headphones. And your former assistant / nanny went to your house last night and set that up for you. You're welcome. Can I just say, I said one of my stipulations of being on this podcast was I wanted the full gear.
Yeah, that was like the request. You had to have the full gear. You had to look professional.
Always.
And can we also talk about your setup? Of course.
Zach, I wanted
behind you.
I wanted to piss you off, so I just made sure my Birkin was in the background. Just make sure that Birkin's right there. That temple bag. That is my current temple bag, you guys. I know. It's so big, I only wear it when I go to the temple.
That's an interesting choice for the temple.
It's funny because it's not even that big. Only the best for the Lord. All my temple's clothes fit in that Birkin.
Only the best for the Lord.
No, it's true. That is true.
So if you're not showing up with the Birkin, you're not bringing your best?
No, but I'm bringing my best, and that's my best. So that's what I bring. I'm not saying everyone needs to bring their Birkin, but I do.
I'm glad that makes you feel holy.
You bring your Birkin. Shannon brings her Prada bag to the temple. What do you bring, Zach?
I rent my clothes at the temple.
I do too.
And so for everyone that doesn't know, when you go into the temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the ones that are not the typical church buildings where we go every Sunday, their temples are like the large, beautiful buildings that you'll see that are, maybe there's one in a community. In Utah, there's a lot, but in other areas like in Washington, D.C., there's only one. And people from Virginia and Maryland and other surrounding states would go to that one temple. And it's a special occasion type of thing where we go do sacred ordinances. And so this is not an every Sunday place. This is once in blue moon. Not once in blue moon, like once a month, maybe, could be more.
And if you're Shannon, it's every day.
Once a week.
Every day. Literally, no, like 3 times a week.
Which is
That's
great.
where she is right now.
There are clothes that we wear in the temple that are sacred. And so that's what we're talking about when we say we're bringing our clothes to wear in the
I think Shannon is at the temple praying for us right now.
Yeah, she's
She's so nervous. And I read you the text I got from Michael. This was in the family text. Girls, please keep it positive and fun. Nothing negative or sacrilegious. Zach, keep them under control.
We're going to see. I'm worried about myself today, to be honest. Because
Are you feeling a little fiery?
Yeah, this family picture story, honestly, I still haven't forgiven each and every one of you for this.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm dead serious. No.
Wait.
You were part of this too.
Let's just tell the story now to kick it off. You're still mad about this story?
100%.
Zach, that happened literally 3 years ago. Forgive.
No, you are still the same way though. You were trying to tell Megan the exact same thing last night as you were telling her that day.
That is true. Are we getting into this now or are we waiting?
Let's wait. So first, we'll save that for a little bit later. Opening statements, as we do every week. This is where we each catch up on our lives, what happened this week, family drama, things that annoyed us. Basically, anything you've been dying to talk about. Amy, kick us off. What happened this week?
We returned from Maui, which was devastating. I was so sad to leave. I'm currently in the process of moving. I'm packing all my shiz up to ship it down to my favorite place in the world.
Vineyard.
Vineyard.
The land
That's a
of the
rough spot.
mosquitoes. The land of mosquitoes.
Rough spot.
It's bad. Yeah.
But that's where all the singles are.
I'm trying to be social. I'm trying to get married. It's like I need to go where the people are.
You do.
I agree.
I've been telling you this for years.
So
You have not. You hate Vineyard.
I've always said you need to be where the people are.
false. You guys were all, hey, she needs to get a house. She should move in the house. That's going to attract so many guys. It's going to
I
be so
was
great. She'll be
against
able to hold.
No, I was against that from the beginning. I told Michael, I told Shannon, I said she's going to go live in a neighborhood with married people with kids. She needs to be where the singles are. I said that from the beginning. No, that's not right.
Nice.
Zach, I'm the one that told Shannon you and Megan needed to move into it, and it was weird that Amy was living there and you guys weren't. So actually, me and Megan had that conversation before you told that to mom. No, I called Megan, and I'm the one that was like, you need
You
to, like,
planted the seed.
yes.
No.
As you'll see in this conversation,
You don't know.
Rachel
You
started
don't
everything.
know.
Yeah,
You think that you're like the puppet master.
She does.
exactly.
She does.
I am.
Okay,
Wait,
well,
are-
I'm glad you can see that.
So, anything else, Amy, from your week?
Actually, am I gonna be your emotional support bag tomorrow? Who, me? Yeah, both of you. It's we're kicking it off. Competition season starts tomorrow. Yeah, I need you to hold my hand.
For dance.
Yeah, for dance.
So this week we have the first competition of the year. And for me and my girls, we're at a new studio. So this is all new this year, new competitions, new everything. And I get to dance Mom It Up with Rachel again, which I missed her for that year that she was gone away from me because I hate dance momming with anybody else because I hate everyone. And
See, I'm the puppet master.
yeah, so this has been a big week getting ready. We've had Miss Rachel. We've had, if you don't know who Miss Rachel is, it's Rachel's alter ego who comes out when she is rehearsing the girls and working with them. London loves Miss Rachel, but she gets real mean. Let's just say she's almost as bad as Coach Hunsaker.
No shot. No shot. But she's crazy. And also, yesterday, I thought it was funny. I was in the car driving, and I was talking to Rachel because we're talking about the podcast. And I turned and yelled at Weston because he was trying to get his seatbelt
Who's
off.
perfect?
You're saying-
Wesley is perfect. Well, hello, this is my week. We're still on me. So I am Rachel and Emily's emotional support blanket this week because dance competition starts. So everyone send up a prayer for us.
Question: why did you both of you switch studios? People were wondering.
No comment.
Okay. Rachel, how was your week?
My week has been good, crazy. I did a workout on Monday at 6 a.m. after being on Hawaii time. I can barely walk. It's like crash landing on the toilet when I sit down because my legs are so sore. And then I've been rhinestoning 17 lyrical costumes and just running my children. You know, I'm their Uber driver, so it's been good
17 costumes. Why do you pick that? Like, that sounds miserable.
because I'm trying to be a good dance mom and a very helpful mom to the teachers.
That's nice. Emily?
I know.
You're basically the costume coordinator.
I am the costume coordinator. I help them design all the costumes. I love it. I've told Drew when I'm a grandma, I will volunteer my time locally to like the local high school dance team and stone for them. Like, I love it. It's very therapeutic.
I had a quick question. I was talking to Drew about this yesterday. If you don't know, Drew and I FaceTime 30 times a day. And mostly about like designing and building, but we did have a conversation about Rachel yesterday. He calls me, he's like, "Why is Rachel so grumpy?" I'm like, I don't know what's new. And he's like, he goes, "Here's the problem. She gets up and she wants to go to this 6 a.m. workout class and she goes to it. But then the whole rest of her day is ruined because she's one, so tired. She's so sore. She like can barely walk, barely get out of bed. So I'm like, then why do you do it? Why do you go at 6 a.m.?
My time zones are off with Hawaii.
It ruins your whole day.
It's a 3-hour difference. It's not like you were in like Europe. You slept like a baby on the flight. I didn't. So sorry, I'm trying to catch up on my sleep.
Did you not take a sleeping pill?
I did. It did nothing for me. Yeah, they don't work on me either.
Oh, I was out.
Sister rankings for the week. It's nice to have you all here so I can rank you.
Zach,
What? What are you gonna do? Click the log off?
answer correctly. Answer correctly.
Tread lightly.
I think bottom for this week will be Emily. Number 3.
It's gonna be me. Because my whole computer is crashed. I don't know what's wrong. I think I need a new computer.
Yeah, that computer's gotta go.
It's 2 years old. It's a brand new huge Mac, 2 years old. I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, back to the sister rankings. And number 2 is going to be Rachel because she did come on the podcast, which I'm very grateful for. Um, but because of the picture story that happened a couple years ago, you will always be like, you can never get to top spot. That's just the way it's going to be. So
So you hold grudges. Okay.
I do. I do. And Amy this week was extremely helpful. This podcast would have not happened without Amy because she went to Rachel's house and set everything up. So Amy was great.
Thank you. And I went to Best Buy and bought her all the equipment.
Good girl.
Don't ever say that again.
Okay. Going on to the verdict. The verdict is where we take the biggest topics in pop culture right now and each give our take. At the end, we will make a ruling. First one we have to start with is Rachel's NY Magazine article.
Okay, it's not my article. It's about like all the Utah girlies. Can we just start off with the picture that they chose to use? Jail.
Yeah.
The writer, jail. Why would they use a picture that is 15 years old? So yesterday I was driving to my hair appointment and I listened to The Toast every morning. It's like my fave podcast. Aside from Legally Friends, I'll put you guys in the number 2 spot. Now you know how it feels, Zach. And I'm driving and all of a sudden I hear my name and I was like, like what? My name? And Claudia said it was a snub. And I was like, was it? I mean, they used a photo from 2013. I don't even remember taking the photo. It was a snub. I didn't know how to contour my face. Like,
Claude and Jax said it was a mean girl move on the part of the writer, and I agree.
I agree too. Every other girl got a photo post glow up, and then I got mine pre glow up.
Well, you also had just barely had a baby 2 seconds before the photo.
Well, you know what? I'm shoved in the corner, like the back corner, and I'm happy to do it. I've passed the torch, and like I said, I'm a retired queen.
I was actually confused about that. Why were you in the back corner? Because they actually talked a lot about you in the article.
Because I think I'm the least buzzy in pop culture right now.
They literally referred to you as the Steve Jobs.
They said that people speak your name with reverence. Like the tech bros speak about Steve Jobs. So, and you were a massive part of that article. So it's interesting they shoved you in the back corner with the 20-year-old photo.
Rach Parcell walked so the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives could run.
I thought the article was terrible. I liked what they said about Rachel. Like, they did give you a lot of props for what you did and getting started and kind of paving the path for everybody. But I just hate how they use the word Mormon so much. They use it to tie us to these girls for some reason that none of them are really even practicing. And they say that at the beginning of the article, but then they go and keep talking about it and bringing up like the church history and everything. It's just like, why? I don't understand why.
I think because these girls did grow up Mormon. They did grow up in the religion and in the culture. So I do understand that.
That makes sense. But at the same time, why are they explaining the whole history of the church? And yeah, I don't think they really made it such like a negative light, but it was just like weird context through the article of like bringing in Joseph Smith and bringing in all these pioneer stuff. And then I just didn't get it. I understand if you want to refer to everyone's Mormon.
That's one, that's the history of our church. And two, it's very like interesting to some people because like they don't get it.
Yeah, but I hate that they did that as a member of the church. Like, I don't want to be tied to these people at all.
I was told I needed to raise my hand to not talk over people, so I'm just obeying the podcast rules. I will say, back in the day when I would go to Fashion Week, I would go to the New York events, I would get invited on influencer trips with these influencers and their husbands or boyfriends who were from the coast. LA, New York, San Francisco. When we would say we're from, because it was Drew and I, we're from Utah. We were very young. We were married. They still were not. And the first, are you Mormon? Like they were so curious about it. And when any producer who would come to the family and want to do a reality show around our family, everyone is so curious and interested in the Mormon culture. People are curious about it, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It bugs me when some people get on their high horse of it doesn't that's not who we really are. Da, da, da. It's like you don't own the word or the religion.
No, I feel that way.
There's all walks of life. Really quick, because you mentioned it and the article mentions it. We did interview for a reality show, 10 years ago with Tan. And the article kind of touches on this a little bit. And we were told, like, you're not diverse enough. You're not whatever. We got so far in the process. We went to the Bravo offices, met with the executives. There was this woman there, and she said to us, like, this would be interesting.
She said, "Yeah, I really like you guys. I think you have a really interesting family, but it seems like you guys have everything to lose, and the people who walk into our offices have nothing to lose."
She did say that, and I've always appreciated that she said that to us because we were so close to doing that show, and in the end, we didn't end up doing it. I think our side, we got nervous because of that statement she made, and then on their side, as Tan said in the article, we were not diverse enough. And the Mormon thing wasn't quite, like, is interesting yet.
No, it was, and they were like, "Can we film you at church? Can we name it something?" They wanted it so heavily centered around Mormonism, and we said, "Our religion is sacred to us, and we're not gonna do anything that's gonna put the church in a bad light," and we would not like Mormon in the title, and I think that is why I mean, I had a pit in my stomach the whole time. I told my sisters, "I do not wanna do this," but we kinda said our religion is off limits. This is the most important thing to us, and I think they knew we wouldn't give them enough, and they found girls who would.
That's my whole issue with the article is you have people that are just using the word Mormon to get famous. And I love what you said, but you didn't want to use that as the whole ammo for the show. And my issue with everything that's happening now is they are becoming our representatives. Like when I talk to my friends who ask, "Oh, you're Mormon," the first thing I think now is Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. They think of the swinging. They think of like all this weird stuff. That's why I'm saying I hated the article. So
Yeah, I mean, they do think they're the representatives. It's true.
Well, they've all left the church, so they're not really the representatives, but they still claim that they're, like, Mormon. I think it's less of those girls doing it, and it's more the producers in the background who know that that's gonna create the attention, and so they're just like, "Okay, whatever," but I think it's more the producers in the background wanting to use that word, not them.
And they have said, I've heard, I think Jesse Draper said the church is a background character of their show.
Also, let's be honest, in Utah, in the culture, the church is a background character in Utah. Whether you are Mormon or not, it is a large background character. So I agree with Jessie, who also I love her.
well, my final verdict was the section about Rachel was great. Everything else sucked. I thought they did say some very nice things about you.
Rachel, tell the story because in it they kind of mention this, and I remember this story when you came home from this trip. But you were at a blogger dinner and you were pregnant, I think with Ford, and you were not drinking. And one of the girls that was there, that's a blogger, her husband was kind of like giving you a hard time about not drinking. Tell that story because that was a little bit of that story was in the article.
No comment.
There it is.
You can't just say no comment.
There it is. No comment.
Womp womp.
So I have a question because you keep saying you're retired. I always say I'm retired. What does that mean for you right now? You're still taking campaigns, you're taking less? Like, what does that mean for you right now?
When I say I'm retired, I kind of mean the clothing brand because that took up so much of my time. And you have so many employees and you're dealing with manufacturing and marketing. Like that took up the most of my workday. And then influencing took up, 10% of it. So when I say I'm retired, I was so burnt out and I was so just like I was like, if I have to design another dress, like I'm over it. And Drew was like, "Rachel, why do you keep doing it?" And I was like, "Because public perception, like it's gonna look like I failed if I stop." And he's like, "If you don't like it anymore, we're financially fine. Like you don't need to do this. Like I thought you were doing it because you loved it." And I did love it at one time, but I almost resented it because I felt like it was taking away from my kids. I would have a nanny take my kids to their activities instead of me. I was in meetings. I wanna pick my kids up. So I almost started resenting it, and luckily, Drew did not quit his day job when I started making really good money from blogging and from the clothing line. He went and he built his real estate business. I always say he's the next Amy, what do I say?
He is the up and coming real estate mogul of Utah.
So correct. Correct. So oh my gosh, that was such a Claudia thing.
That's why I said it.
I know, I love her. Okay. So anyway, Drew was like, "You can be done." And I was like, "You're a king." And I was like, literally done. I was like, you don't have to speak twice. Bye. And I had someone was interested in buying the clothing brand. And I was just like, I can't sell it because I would literally be selling my company was called Rachel Parcell Inc. So I was like, I can't sell my name. Like, sorry. So I didn't sell it and I just like stopped. I didn't even announce it. I was just like, no more dresses. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe one day I'll do something else again. But blogging is great, the influencing side of it, because I can do it when my kids are at school and I just do it from my house in my closet and it's like me talking to my camera and I can be really picky. Like I get campaigns that I turn down all the time and I do it on my terms, what I want to do. And I don't, my husband has kind of taken over like the financial burden of the family. And so I can now just do it for fun and do what I want. And I genuinely love what I do. I love like the online community I've created. So I love to do it, but I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want to. Slay.
That's cool.
Slay. Wait, one time I turned down someone was gonna pay me like it was like 80 grand to talk about maxi pads. And I was like, I can't do it because I'm gonna be known as the girl who sold out for pads.
And I said, you should have freaking done it. All girls wear pads. You should have done it.
I should have done it. Well, at the time I didn't. But then after my second baby, I had to wear pads and tampons because it was so heavy. It was so Zach, are you loving this? The flow was so heavy that I was wearing them
Stop.
anyway. So I was like, why did I not take that campaign and get 80 grand?
The heavy flow, crazy.
That's
know.
insane.
But I will say I'm not a sellout. If there's something I don't want to do, I won't do it.
80 grand is people's.
I can't be bought.
That's
A
more
lot
than
of
people's
people's
salary a
salaries.
year.
That's true.
That's
She turned down 80 grand. One time I got a campaign for, Rachel, do you remember this? The thong blouse.
She did it. She got her 30 grand. Get your bag, girl.
oh my gosh.
It was like $30,000. And Rachel was like, I would not post the thong blouse. Like, that's so embarrassing. And I was like, I don't care. I'm doing the thong blouse.
Well, now this is before bodysuits were a thing, though.
Get my bag. And you know what? I love a thong blouse. It can be tucked into your skirt with no like baggage around it. It's great.
So you were ahead of your time.
I was so ahead of the times.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep this moving. Some interesting topics. Well, we don't have much time left.
Okay, Zach, get into the family picture story because that's most important for this episode.
All right. Okay, so we're going to skip some of the other pop culture things. I wanted to talk about the Olympics and stuff, but that's all right. We'll go into the judge and jury. And typically, people send in the real life drama and their in-law situations, and then we judge them and give them our final thoughts. This time, this is our own personal family story, and Emily and Amy can be the judges of this one. But they're also going to be tied into it too. So the family picture story has finally come. Who would like to start?
You, sir. You never stop talking about it.
Can I paint the picture?
No, because you don't paint the picture right.
No, not of the fight, of like the day.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. So we decided to do family pictures at Emily's old studio, IVL. We have hair and makeup. We have a photographer. We have a backdrop. There's 18 of us. We have all 3 dogs in IVL studio. And we're trying to like get everyone to smile. The kids are crashing out. Then all of a sudden, the adults start crashing out. Take it away.
There's also a football flying through the air because Michael is passing the ball with the grandson. So it's Thor madness.
It's chaos.
So this all started long before. There was a lot of buildup leading into this. So we had just had Weston. This was about 2 months ago from this point. Weston was 2 months old. And Megan and I are very touchy about the germs. With Dean, we didn't leave the house for a long time. Like,
It's true.
probably 3 or 4
Months.
months, literally. And with Weston, we did the same thing. And people think it's all me. You all think it's just me being all controlling.
No, I know that's Megan.
Megan is
It's
big-
Megan more than you.
Yeah, she's very big on that. She's also very big on like just let the boys eat normal bread. She bakes it herself. She doesn't let them have certain things. She's very big on that. And so she's very protective. You all do things very differently than her. And that drives you guys insane. And you guys love to pick her apart. So anyway, we get to family pictures and Megan had not been sleeping. She'd been breastfeeding. We are very touchy on Weston. And all of a sudden we are starting to take the pictures. Then Weston starts getting passed around to the kids, to all the adults. Yes, all the
Not
kids.
true.
Yes, that
Not
is true.
true. Lies.
Who didn't hold them?
I didn't hold him.
I didn't hold him.
I held him and then I passed him to Taylor because we were doing a girl picture. And that is when you crashed out when Taylor was holding him.
Capri had held them.
None of my kids.
Okay,
held
stop.
him.
Let me tell the story. So then he gets passed around. We don't like that. Megan doesn't like it. And then I grab him from Taylor. And that leads into, oh, you guys don't want Taylor to hold the baby? You guys don't like Taylor? So then that happens. And so that pissed me off a lot. It pissed me off big time because you guys were throwing this fit. And it's like, it's not your baby. Not who cares what you have to say. Then we go to Rachel is then cornering Megan and telling her she needs to be on Celexa because she is going crazy. She has postpartum depression and she all of a sudden is a doctor and is
I
prescribed.
said anxiety.
You didn't say postpartum depression?
I said postpartum anxiety.
Okay, great. And so that really made me mad because she loves to nitpick Megan a lot. And that makes Megan it affects Megan a lot. So then that pushed me over the edge. And I was done. And so then and then I was trying to get everybody out. And then I see you all three huddle. You all huddle and we're talking to Megan. And I was like, I'm done with this whole thing. I was ready to be out of there. And so then they finally get in the car. And yes, I flipped everybody off, specifically Rachel, and yelled, I don't ever want to see you again. You're never going to see my kids again. Which
It was raining and he sped away so fast.
It was raining and they're all in their BMW and
And it was raining.
he rolls down the window and he's like, "You'll never see us again,"
yes.
and then sped away. Can I say my version now?
No, I'm not done yet.
I thought that this was done and we were moved on and now we can laugh about it, but I think Zach's genuinely still mad about this. Clearly.
Genuinely, I am.
I didn't come on this podcast to be roasted.
I want to hear Rachel's side though, too.
Zach, it's not that deep. You're taking it too seriously.
No, this is where it really made me mad though, is because you guys went on, did a live, and then went and told everybody how controlling I was and how I wouldn't let my wife take medicine.
That is not true.
Want to know how I found that out? Last
No.
year, when I was Googling my name before
Not true.
interviews to
Not
see
true.
what,
Not true.
people would see about me.
How?
It was on the first page as a Reddit post saying how you all said that in your live on my front page.
Did we?
Yes, you did. So
If
yeah,
everything that Reddit said was true, I would have been divorced, bankrupt. Like, are you kidding, Zach? You're gonna believe what that disgusting site says?
you didn't, but you guys didn't go on a
No,
live and talk about
Same.
it.
I would never get on a live.
I think me and Amy did. I think it wasn't Rachel, it was me and Amy.
We never said, like, we never went into detail. We just said we were at family pictures and there was a massive fight.
We didn't.
How do they know about the medication?
No.
So they just found that out.
Yeah, there was no detail given.
Wow, I thought we were like past this and it wasn't really deep, but this is like he's like legitimately still mad.
Okay, just say your side.
When I had Isla, we were at a restaurant and I was with my mom and all my sisters. And Isla's blanket fell on the floor and I started crying. And my mom and sisters came to me and they were like, "Rachel, we think you have a little bit of postpartum and you're not acting like yourself. Like it shouldn't send you over the edge that Isla's blanket fell on the floor." And I was like, "Ah." And they're like, "We take this pill called Celexa. It's an anti-anxiety medication. And I think you should take it." And I was like, "I don't need to be mad." Like I was like, Megan, I was super defensive. I was super like offended that they would tell me this. But then eventually I was like, you know what? Like maybe I do need to try this. And it changed my life. And I still take it to this day. And I am grateful that my mom and sisters came to me and they were like, "Listen, girl, take this." I was not trying to be mean to Megan. I was not trying to offend her. Taylor was holding Weston, and I saw her walk up to you and say, "Zach, go get Weston."
And I was offended because I thought that you guys were like hated Taylor because you were not going to let him hold the baby.
I was like, "Listen, if it were Isla or Cannon, I would get it." But it was like Taylor of all people, who's like, he's Taylor. Like for me, I'm so close with the family. I would let, especially any adult, hold my baby. So I was like really shocked by that.
Well, and Taylor was so confused because he's like, I didn't ask to hold the baby. You just like, I was holding him and I just handed Weston over to Taylor because we were doing the all girl picture.
Yeah. And you could tell Megan was bugged and upset. And it just took me back to when Isla's blanket had dropped on the floor. And I was like, okay, she shouldn't be this upset that Taylor is holding Weston. And we're like in an enclosed space. Like my kids did not hold him. And I guess I didn't come from a place of maybe you saw someone else hold him. So maybe your frame of reference was different. But all I had seen was Taylor. And I was like, you know what? I like what my mom and sisters did for me. Like, I think Megan, I feel like she has a little bit of postpartum anxiety. And I think it would change her life if she got on Celexa. And I think you you had said to me before you left, which was kind of rude, Zach. You said like not everyone needs to be medicated like you. And it was kind of like I was like, "Whoa, that was like a little slap to the face." I wasn't trying to be mean to Megan. I was trying to help her. I was grateful that my mom and sisters told me and I thought it changed my life. And I mean, and I had a lot of anxiety for what things were saying people were saying online. I wanted to like stop posting because I was so stressed about it. It helped me with so many areas of my life that it like helped me forget about the Reddit page and all of these things. So I don't know. I just was trying to help Megan and you guys like took it so offensively and like sped off.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be the judge and jury right now. I think you guys were both coming from good places and there was like a massive miscommunication. I really do. I think you were both coming from places of like wanting to protect Megan. And it just exploded.
I agree. You have two very hot-headed people right here who are very opinionated. And when she's right and she thinks she's right and Zach thinks he's right. So
I'm going to formally apologize. Zach, I am deeply sorry I hurt your feelings. Megan, I am so sorry. I was coming from a place of like sisterly love. And again, Celexa changed my life and it helped me. And I was really just trying to help my sister.
Love. Okay, so Zach, now you apologize.
I have nothing to apologize for. I will protect Megan. I think Megan is the best mom in the world.
Zach thinks he's just being a really
She
good
is.
defensive husband.
Nobody
No,
said
Zach,
she was a
you-
bad mom.
Then why were you guys? Okay, I don't want to get into all this.
We
You
can
will
see
you
her.
will protect Megan at all costs. I get it. She
I think
is.
Megan is
Wait,
the best mom in the world.
Zach, why is me like as a sister being like, hey, I think maybe you should take this. It takes the edge off. Like you're here and like it's gonna. Why?
I don't.
That's not me
I don't
saying that
feel
she's
like.
a bad mom.
I think my struggle is because I don't see her like that, and I don't think she is on edge. And also, it's like she hasn't slept. Like, of course, she's gonna be a little bit snappy. Like, that's normal. She's been breastfeeding a baby. Like,
Zach, do you have anything to say to Rachel's apology?
yes, I apologize about the misunderstanding. I know you were trying to help Megan, but I'm just very protective of her because I do think she's the best mom in the world,
She
As
is.
you should be.
And she is
I
the best mom.
want her to be very happy, and that was why I was being protective.
Listen, this is the thing. We all want her to be happy. And that's where everything was coming from. But in the moment, we couldn't see that on both sides.
I was coming from a protective sister place and I was trying to help her. And I love that she has a husband who rides freaking hard for her.
Yes, and we all should have
So-
that husband.
Yes, I love that she has that. And
Good job, Zach. We love you. And we're glad that we're past this, you guys.
well, I was past it. I don't think Zach's past it.
Zach is
I think
past
we're
it.
past it now.
Zach, next time I see you, we'll hug it out.
That was a good.
He's going to be here in a week, so you're going to hug it out then.
Little hearts.
I actually think that I was an incredible therapist.
All love, sweetie. All love.
Okay.
You know what? What's family for? Like, I'm sorry. You gotta be.
If your family can't be honest with you, who can be?
Here's what I love about our family that I think is such a unique dynamic and what everybody is so interested. We hold absolutely nothing back. Absolutely nothing is swept under the rug. Everything is put out there. And I'm sure in the Hunsaker family and in the Jackson family, the Parcells are a little better about it, but we sweep everything under the rug in those families. The Parcells are better.
I think our family relationship dynamic is so healthy.
Yes,
Maybe Zach doesn't think it's healthy.
it
It's
is.
healthy because when there's a
We have to talk
problem,
about everything.
we talk about it.
We
And I
dissect
didn't
it.
know- I didn't know Zach was still holding on to this. I thought it was a joke. So I think this was a good therapy session.
I
And
agree.
hopefully now we can move forward.
Yay.
There we go.
Not guilty, both of you, not guilty. No jail for either of you.
Zach is guilty for holding on to this for the last 8 years.
Zach, you can't hold grudges. It's not healthy.
Oh, this one will take some time.
You're
You
still
need to let it go, sweetie.
Let it go. Okay, what's the next topic? What's the next question?
You want to do one more?
Do one more.
Okay, the last one, someone wrote in, my sister-in-law, husband's younger sister, is getting married on my anniversary. When I found out, it was 14 months out from the date, and it was my mother-in-law who casually mentioned it. Nothing was official for the venue, and no one knew the date outside the family. I, in the nicest way possible, said to my sister-in-law, I'd rather you not use this date as it is very meaningful to me. She then began to cry, and the sister-in-law and my mother-in-law kept saying they don't know why I have to make it about myself, as our weddings anniversaries are on different years and it's not a competition. In the end, I apologize for upsetting my sister-in-law. Am I overreacting? Because I'm still not over it.
Yes, you
Yes, you're overreacting.
are 1000% you're overreacting.
sweetie.
It's a date. Who cares? They're different years. Why that doesn't, I could care less.
Okay, but then I could say the same thing from their side. The why did this 14 months out? Then be like, mother-in-law, if it's not that big of a deal, switch the days.
I have a story about this. So as we all know, I was engaged to a different guy. Okay. So when Taylor and I get engaged and we're picking our wedding date, we had his older brother's wife was pregnant with twins and was on bed rest, and she was due August 12th. And he had to get home by like August 2nd to get there for the birth of the twins. My cousin got engaged before Taylor and I did, and her date was like August 10th. So once I got engaged and we figured out like the logistics with the family, and they live in Kentucky, this brother, and the wife is on bed rest there. And so he really, it's Taylor's best friend. It's his older brother. We had to have him at the wedding. So we picked our wedding date, July 31st. And it was before my cousin that got engaged to a different, like before I did. They were so mad. They called my mom and dad. They called my grandparents. They were so upset that I was going to get married 2 weeks before her, even though she had been engaged first. But it's like, that's just what worked for us. That's what worked for our families. And that's just what we had to do. So maybe that's the only date that could work. I don't know.
Here's my take. You're kind of making it about yourself. There's more that goes into planning a wedding than just picking a date. It's what works for different families, what works for venue, florists. Maybe the photographer's booked on a different day and that's the only day they could get it. There's so much that goes into picking a wedding date. Your big date has passed.
You got to calm down.
I agree.
Don't be the in-law that everybody hates.
Keep fighting it. That's your day. Don't let them steal it.
You are beyond. You are on another level today. You're feisty.
Zach, if I got engaged tomorrow and I said, okay, my wedding date is October 12th, you and Megan would be annoyed?
No, Megan would not be annoyed at all.
Get another date. Just sorry.
No, no $100 for you.
We'll bleep it. Thanks for tuning in to episode 5 of Legally Friends. Signing off from Zach.
Give each other a heart right now, Rachel and Zach. Put your hearts up. Zach!
I have nothing but hearts.
Nothing but
broken. Zach has broken mine because he's still mad at me.
Oh my gosh.
So with that, bye.
Bye.